Hey, what's up? It's this guy bringing you another video today, and boy is this one a doozy. From the video title and the gameplay in the background, I can assume you all know where this is going. News broke that Sony and Marvel has been unable to come to an agreement to keep Spider-Man a part of the grand Marvel Cinematic Universe. For this video, I'm just going to go into a few deeper details on what is happening and give my own opinion on the matter, so get ready for some facts. As a brief overview, back before Captain America Civil War was released, word spread that Marvel was attempting to acquire Spider-Man from Sony to be part of the MCU. At this time, Sony owned Spider-Man and had released their own 5 feature films beforehand. They eventually made an agreement that Spider-Man will still belong to Sony, but Marvel would be able to use him and change him per review from Sony. Tom Holland was then casted as a web slinger for a 6-movie deal. These 6 movies include Captain America Civil War, both Avengers movies, and 3 standalone movies, 2 of which were Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. This now leads to the actual big issue. Tom Holland has one more Spider-Man appearance on his contract, and at this point it does not look like Disney or Marvel together will be making it. This means he'll be removed from the MCU, and any follow-up film will not be able to contain any Marvel character in it, which is basically every character in the Marvel Universe. So Nick Fury, Black Widow, all of them. Spider-Man will never be on the screen with those big people ever again. Sony did recently release a statement saying that the reason they can't come to an agreement is because of Kevin Feige, who is basically the head honcho of Marvel. He plans all of it, he produces all of it. He's the big deal. And that he's unable to co-produce the next Spider-Man movie because he has just too many projects going on. He can't find the time to do it. And because of this, they are basically trying to take Spider-Man back. Like, hey, no, you can't keep up your bargain. We want him back. There is rumor, though, spreading that it's also because that Marvel is asking for a bigger profit. It's stated that they only receive about 5% of the profits from all Spider-Man movies, and they definitely want a whole lot more. It seems that Sony actually puts in all the money to make the movies, and Marvel just basically directs it and produces it. And they definitely want more money because 5% from Spider-Man is almost nothing. Now, with all that said, I'm just going to give you my opinion on all of this. I am a huge fan of Marvel. They can consistently make great movies, and they have proven themselves capable of doing this time and time again, while Sony, unfortunately, cannot say the same. They did make 5 Spider-Man films. They attempted 2 trilogies. One was the Sam Raimi with Tobey Maguire, and the second was the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. So let's take a look at these films for a little bit and kind of see how they were received and how much money they make, and how it compares to Marvel in general with their 2 Spider-Man films. So from 2002 to 2007, Sam Raimi released out his 3 Spider-Man films, all starring Tobey Maguire. In 2002, Spider-Man was released. IMDb, it has a 7.3 out of 10 rating. Metacritic was the same, 73 out of 100. It cost $140 million to make, and in the U.S. alone, they made $404 million. That is a profit of $264 million. That is a lot of money just from within the U.S. Worldwide, they made $120. Spider-Man is a great movie. It's good. It's decent compared to movies today. It really was kind of that movie that started off like, hey, you can actually make superhero films. Like, it works. Like, you can do it on the big screen. You don't need these little straight to DVD films. That you can actually make it work. And it was great. It had a great Spider-Man, had a great Peter Parker, and it was a fantastic way to kick off his legacy on the big screen. And then 2 years later, Spider-Man 2 came out, which received a 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb, and 83 out of 100 on Metacritic. It cost $200 million to make. In the U.S., it only made $376 million. So only $176 million profit. Worldwide, it made $784 million. So this one did make a little bit less. Definitely wasn't the big hit that they were hoping for. But Spider-Man 2 is regarded as one of the best movies superhero movies ever made. It took everything from the first one and was like, you know what? We're gonna make it all better. We're gonna give you better story, better writing, better characters, and we're not just gonna do that. We're gonna take Spider-Man, but you know what? What happens if he loses his powers? You know, what does Peter Parker do? And it's just those little things that make it so much better. Um, it is really one of the most praised superhero movies of all time. There are people today that will stand by and say this is one of the best. It is the best, and you can't get any better than that, even with the new Spider-Man movies. And I agree, it's really, really, really great. It was a huge step up and a promising future for Spider-Man. But unfortunately, Sony doesn't really know how to keep that ball rolling very well. Because in 2007, they released Spider-Man 3 with a whopping 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb, a 59 out of 100 on Metacritic, and only made a $76 million profit in the US alone. Worldwide, it had 191 million. Yeah. There's a reason why there are so many memes about this movie. First off, Peter Parker dancing. Why? Who knows? It was just that movie where they had a lot of ideas, and they're like, you know what? No, this is the start of where we started seeing we're going to throw 3 villains into the movie. Why not? And, you know, they never got the love they wanted. It just never happened. It didn't work at all. You had characters that no one really cared about. Threw in some weird love story with the redhead Gwen Stacy. And, I mean, this one is when they introduced Venom for the first time ever in a movie. And he was Eric Foreman from That 70s Show in just a black bodysuit. This tiny little guy. You know, Venom isn't that. He's supposed to be the size of a truck. And they couldn't even do that right. It really was a low point, and after that, they were supposed to make a Spider-Man 4, but clearly, since it wasn't well received, they just scrapped the whole idea and just ended it there. I do kind of have a few things I like about it, mainly Sandman. I think he was fantastic. He was a true anti-hero, in my opinion. He never wanted to hurt anybody. He just needed the money, so he had to do bad things to help his daughter out. And I really felt for that. It was a really different take. Venom out here just like, oh, I hate Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was like, look, man, I just need to make it by, okay? Like, I don't want this. Even at the end, he apologizes, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do all of this, and goes away. Like that. He was basically the highlight of that entire movie. But, you know, Sony had their chance. They started off great, continued with an awesome second sequel, and then just threw it to the ground on the third one. And that's kind of where we got now, where we've seen 2 Spider-Man films, Marvel, and now it's time for that third. And it's like, oh, heck yeah, they're going to finish it off great. And it's like, Sony's going to make it. And you're like, damn it. Like, really? Like, that's not what we wanted at all. And then even worse is that they attempted to do it a second time with Mark Webb directing the Amazing Spider-Man films. Those did not do well either. 6.6 all around for both films. Made maybe like, in the US, the first one made a 62 million profit. The second one only made a 2 million profit. 2 million profit in the US? From a 200 million budget, it only made 202 in the US. That is abysmal. That's bad. And even that one's supposed to have a third film, and since it was so poorly received, they scrapped it. They didn't even get to finish their trilogy. Just with Spider-Man alone, they've only had 2 decent movies. 2 good movies. The rest were all meh at best. And now they're in charge of finishing off basically the perfect Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and their own trilogy. That makes you worried. That really makes you worried, especially with how well his Spider-Man has been received. The last 2 Spider-Man movies are regarded as some of the best in the MC arsenal. Like, they are top tier superhero movies. You love the character, you love what he's going through, you love his goofiness. He is the best Peter Parker and best Spider-Man in one package that anyone could ask for. And, you know, it is troublesome that they can't come together, that money is keeping Sony and Disney from working together, that, it really is just, I want more than you. And, this is a character that people love, that people respect, that people want more of. And moving his home back to where he used to be, where it wasn't great, that doesn't sit well with many fans. It doesn't sit well with now the general public. No, we expect good movies now. We've seen what they are, and it's not good. Sony even attempted Venom, even that wasn't well received. Yeah, it made some money, but people are still like, we wanted more. We didn't really want this. The real fans. But I mean, I guess what they can do now is, since Sony does have Venom, in the third movie they can bring back Venom into Spider-Man's world. The last time they did it did not go well at all, but at least now we know that they can make a decent looking Venom, and that that's what we want. So I guess that could be a positive out of this whole thing. As of now, there's hashtags, hashtag save Spider-Man, hashtag save Spidey. Jeremy Renner even voiced his opinion that he wants him back, and that keep Spider-Man in the MCU. So there's a lot of fan love out there trying to saying, hey, we want him. Please work it out. Like, this is what we want. And hopefully they'll listen. Hopefully the dollar signs won't sway their opinion the other way. We'll see what happens. I hope that he stays in the MCU. If not, we'll just have to see where it goes. And there's all the tea I got for y'all, to be honest. Like I said, I hope he stays. Sony, I don't think, has the skill set to really do him justice with his last film. I know Marvel does. They've proven it many times. And, I think that's the best move for them. That'll bring them the most money. If they want to split it, like, find your best. 50-50, 60-40, something. But, I don't want to see this character ruined because money is involved. I don't believe the business should be run like that, but unfortunately it is. But if y'all want, voice your opinions. What do y'all think? What do y'all want? It's really upsetting to see this, but hey, what can we do? All we do is sit back, watch what happens. If they make a movie, we can go see it, judge it for ourselves. Many times the critics say it's bad. The people who go watch it love it. So it really is just, I guess, your own personal preference. But that's all I got for y'all today. This is the end of the video for y'all. I just want to thank y'all for watching. Thank you for keeping up with me. And yeah, this is this guy. And I hope y'all have a great day or night or whatever. Alright, boys. Bye.